You're watching Award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Philip Coleman, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Tonight on WVUA News at 6, could Alabama soon join the list of states freed from the No Child Left Behind Act?
We'll find out what the state's top education leader has to say about it. Plus, dozens of new jobs are headed to West Alabama. We will show you where.
And local church members speak out about the president's health care law requiring insurance to cover contraceptives. But first, big changes to the No Child Left Behind law. President Barack Obama has announced he will free 10 states from the strict requirements of the Bush administration's No Child Left Behind law. Alabama was not on that list, but could changes soon be on their way here?
That's a good question. The president says his decision will give schools the flexibility they need to set high standards for students and hold schools accountable. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards has what Alabama education leaders are saying about this hot issue.
According to Tuscaloosa County Superintendent Dr. Frank Costanzo, the No Child Left Behind law was put in place to have all students proficient in reading and math by the year 2014.
Where every child, regardless whether poverty, not poverty, race did not matter, special education, ESL students, all would be proficient in reading and math by that year. And quite frankly, that's not possible.
According to State Superintendent of Education, Dr. Thomas Bice, the law accomplished what it needed to do when it was put in place almost a decade ago, but now it is time for change.
Flexibility from some of those rules would actually allow schools to be taking their students to a higher level than is required under No Child Left Behind, which is exactly what Alabama's wanting to do.
Bice says Alabama is one of 10 states working together to have a voice.
We're going to craft a waiver, but we're going to do it on our terms, not the terms of the U.S. Department of Education, because to do so would mean that we would have to change some of the more successful reforms that we have going, and we don't want to do that.
Costanzo says that he feels comfortable with the state's plans this far.
We're very comfortable with what they're doing. We do believe you need to be accountable. There's no question about that. But can you do it in a different way and one that relates to, you know, how we teach students today and how they learn today? So I think that's a big part of it.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
Bice told WVUA the goal is to have the waiver ready by summer. The 10 states with those waivers already are Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, Oklahoma, and Tennessee.
Some West Alabama residents are speaking out against the president's contraceptive mandate. The Obama administration's health care law requires church-affiliated employers, such as hospitals or charities, to provide birth control coverage, even if that runs counter to their religious beliefs. Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions is supporting a bill preventing this presidential action, while some local members of the Catholic Church are saying this regulation is an outright infringement on their religious freedom.
They are being either forced to go out of business or forced to do something that they feel is morally wrong.
In response to the Catholic backlash, the White House press secretary says the Obama administration wants to search for ways to address the Catholic concerns.
On your Crime Watch, an update to the shooting that left 6 injured in Cottondale. According to Captain Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit, both of the remaining victims and one of the suspects are still in the hospital, and they are in stable condition. That suspect is 23-year-old Tavon Thomas. He and Donald Wynn are charged with robbery, attempted murder, burglary, and assault in connection to Friday night's shootings. As we've reported, the shooting happened at the Eddins Estates apartment complex in Cottondale. Law enforcement officials are now beefing up protection of the families of the victims. Tuscaloosa County Sheriff Ted Sexton says he will not tolerate any retaliation against the victims.
Dozens of new jobs are heading to West Alabama. The ZF Industries Axle Systems plant is launching a new business with Mercedes-Benz. Officials say this could create around 85 new jobs. This project represents a $14.6 million investment for facility expansion and for equipment. ZF Marketing and Communications Manager Brian Johnson says they are impressed with the work coming from Alabama and look forward to even greater progress after this expansion.
We're just excited, all the hard work that people and our employees have put in place. It takes a long time for this kind of process and this announcement to happen. And their hard work is really paying off now, and being able to start the process and see it actually build and come to fruition.
ZF is an automotive supplier of driveline and chassis. They plan an official announcement on Friday. Now, still to come here on WVUA News at 6. Good news for homeowners who fell victim to improper foreclosures.
And coming up in home team weather, getting cold in a hurry tonight, down to 48 degrees in Tuscaloosa, 30s back in Nashville. How cold's going to get tonight? And how about your weekend forecast? Weather's coming up. Stay with us.
Gary Harris says the expectations are once again sky high this season for the Crimson Tide softball team. That story coming up in Alabama's home team sports.